What's going on, guys? John Acapinti here. The Big Break Season 3, Meeting the Contestants. As always, we are brought to you by Lynderella's Deli, 1111 Main Street, Sawyersville. NEPA Scene, Rich Howells, and of course, we came down the island all the way to Encore Studios. We have just Mark in the building. What's up, Mark?
Oh, not much. How are you doing?
Doing great. Been loving your stuff. I've been checking. I just downloaded the covers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one?
Mr. Brightside.
Okay, that's what most people are saying. But
yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite songs. So
same. That's why I made the cover.
Yeah. So, are you a solo musician by choice, or, have you been in any bands? Do you want to be in a band? Or?
I've been in a couple bands. The first band I was in was called The Four of Us Can Fly, and that was just like a little high school project. It's kind of like what got me started into music and got that spark lit. And then after that, I was in a couple little side project, little bands here and there, but they all kind of just like fell through just because, I don't know, it's so difficult to find people who share the same passion, and then like trying to get schedules to work and trying to get, everybody actually together all at once. It was just so difficult, and I felt like that's where the focus turned to, is just, trying to schedule rehearsals and get everybody together. And like, I just wanted to be able to focus solely on the music and just, be able to, if I have a creative idea at 3 a.m, just be able to start writing, start doing everything. So it's just easier.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, and then you could always hire out a band like Kevin Parker does with Tame Impala.
And that's the goal right now. I'm just using like different samples and loops and stuff because like I still want to, although I am just a solo artist at the moment, I still like to give people like a full band experience. So I've been just kind of messing around, only played like maybe 4 or 5 shows so far with like loops and samples, but the crowd seemed to really be responding to it positively. So I think moving forward, that's what I'm going to do until hopefully I get to a point where I could get, studio musicians and like touring musicians and have other people kind of pop in and out. But for the time being.
How are you feeling about the contest in itself?
I think it should be really interesting. I always love like messing around with videos and stuff, and I'm trying, like when I was in school, like, we touched on a little bit of video, and like I had like some editing classes here and there, so it's always been like kind of a little side passion of mine. So it'll be fun to put together videos, and I've already kind of have some ideas and started kind of shooting some stuff here and there, so it'll be a lot of fun. And then it's always fun just playing out. So
cool. Speaking of which, like with the 3 items for the video, how do you feel about that? You're liking the idea of that, or is it a little challenging?
It was definitely challenging at first, but I don't want to give too much away, but I think I have a pretty good idea of what to do with the 3 items, and like I think it's gonna be pretty neat.
I'm excited to see. That's the cool thing about the Big Break. It kind of forces you into like the professional aspect of like what you can do on your own.
I started making TikToks begrudgingly, but
yeah,
I mean
that's a part of the thing. And
but honestly, it's funny because I was so against TikTok for a while, which I feel like a lot of people like my age bracket, a little bit older, they're like, oh, it's like silly. But that's kind of the cool thing about it, is it's not like things don't have to be well polished or professional at all. You can just kind of literally, you have a creative idea, just record it, throw it on there, don't edit it, nothing, and people just kind of respond to it.
TikTok's features are it's its own like little videography course almost. So
yeah, and I've been actually having a lot more fun than I thought. Actually, that's probably what I'm going to do right after this, is just go find something and just start making some videos. Just trying to get my name out there. That's really the main focus right now.
Smart.
Yeah.
So what's the album called that's coming out?
It's called Hoping for the Best. It's a very, I don't know how to really describe it, very eclectic. My mindset going into it was, I feel like most people, like in today's day and age, they don't really sit down with an album. Like I feel like as artists, we really hope people are going out and they're going to listen to the full album. But like, I just don't feel like a lot of people have that attention span, and they just throw songs into a playlist and they just throw it on shuffle, and like whatever comes up, comes up. So I kind of want to take that approach with making an album. So
it can almost be all singles in their own right. Almost
Yeah,
like.
and they all, I mean, I tried my best to have the album flow, but I almost didn't want to flow too much. Like, I wanted to kind of feel like you just, had a playlist of some songs you really like and just threw it on shuffle. So there's a lot of different genres. It goes from like kind of a lo-fi hip-hop to like very folky acoustic to just some kind of almost classic rock to some
Cool.
hard rock. A lot of electronica kind of mixed in. So it's just a wide variety of different sounds.
For the song you're gonna play, is it gonna be off what album is it gonna be?
Yeah, it was the first single. It's called Mallory. I actually wrote the song probably like 10 years ago. And like when I was kind of with other bands and stuff, on the side, I was always kind of writing my own stuff. So really, this album's kind of been in the making for like 10 years now. So it's a song I've always liked. People have always seemed to respond to it pretty well, and I think it's it's the intro to the album, so it feels like a nice song to play. And if people like it, then yeah, check
Seems
it out.
perfect, yeah. Well, and, like all the people coming, seeing you on the big break, it's almost like their intro.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it seems fitting.
Cool. So you said you had different varieties of like what you're going for, lo-fi. Um, you said even classic rock. Like, do the themes change in terms of like what the sound's going for, or is it themes of what you're singing about usually pretty close? Or
The lyrical content of it, I think, stays fairly similar throughout the album. There's one or two songs that I think do kind of get away from it, but for the most part, I think the lyrics are what kind of holds the album together. Because again, it starts off, very simplistic, and I think as the album progresses, it builds on top of each other and gets more experimental, more creative, and but I think the lyrics are the thread that at least I tried to hold everything together with.
in terms of the live performance, Mallory, what style would you attribute that to? Like,
This is definitely just going to kind of be a skin and bones acoustic. I just want to keep it, really simple, real intimate. I thought about actually trying to bring samples and really do like a full sound, but where I think that works, really well in a live setting, where there's like a huge crowd and, there's lights and stuff. I think something smaller like this, just a simple acoustic song fits well. So, yeah.
cool. So it seems like you're really passionate about music. You've been doing it a long time. Is there anything else in your life before music that you thought maybe you would attach onto, or that you had like a passion for?
When I was real little, I wanted to be a hotel and restaurant manager, and I wanted to own my own hotel, but that somehow kind of fell on the backside. I was like, no, let's go with music instead. It just seems more fun.
Yeah, you can always get invited to, play at a hotel or something.
Exactly, it's kind of the same thing.
Right. How do you balance like work life and music life? Like, is it becoming more so that you don't have to balance it, or do you have like a different job?
It's always been difficult. What I've done in the past and what I'm kind of doing currently is I would work and just try to save as much money as I possibly could, and like take a little break from the music and just focus on just make as much money as I can, and then quit that job or go on like a leave of absence, and then just try to solely focus on the music. So especially with the album coming out and then doing this, and like I have some upcoming shows going on, I'm kind of lucky enough that I have some money saved up so I can just focus 100% on music. And obviously the goal is to hopefully start making enough money from the music that then that will be the job.
I could see it. I could see it happening. This is my favorite question I've been asking everyone. I'm sure you've seen in the news and all over pop culture, celebrity boxing's been taken over. I'm not sure if you've seen any of it. The Jake Paul and all these guys, the TikTokers.
Okay.
I'm more familiar with Celebrity Deathmatch. I don't know if you remember that show from the
like MTV. Yeah, vaguely.
So
like claymation-y kind of. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So I've been doing the question, two celebrities, living or dead. Who would you go with in a celebrity deathmatch style?
Like, who would I want to see fight, or?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, and I will not explain why.
No explanation. I want to keep that like as vague as possible. Like I would hope like Left Shark from the Super Bowl performance makes an entrance, and like then Bradley Cooper swings down and like hits him with a guitar. Like I can only hope, but I like that. That's a great pick.
I'm glad.
Well, you're about to play Mallory, right?
Yep.
I'm excited. Live performance, stripped down a little bit. I'm pumped. Just Mark. And just find the best deli in the area at 1111 Main Street, Lynderella's Deli. Then make your way up to the V-Spot, NEPA Scene, Rich Howells, S4, something else, because that guy's got it all. And then, come record a track, up the iron or down it, maybe take a, air balloon, and just find it right at Encore Studios. Or the Big Break. We got a live show right now after this, Just Mark, Mallory. You could find us at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, thebigbreakcontest.com. I'm John Acapinti. This is Just Mark. Let's do this thing. You ready? Let's go.
Hi, I'm Just Mark, and this is Mallory. I'm just a boy who likes to toy with your pretty brain till you go insane. It is not my fault. What am I to do? What am I to do but mess around with you? Mallory, Mallory, oh, Mallory. Please don't ever leave. I don't know why it's so difficult when it seems so simple. I like you and don't know how to show it. Better think fast before I go and blow it. Mallory, Mallory, oh, Mallory. Please don't ever leave. When I think of you, the way that I feel can only be described as surreal. And even if you break my heart and I fall completely apart, I'll still be singing. I'll still be singing about you. Mallory, Mallory, oh, Mallory. Please don't ever leave. Thank you. I've been Just Mark. You can find me on Instagram. I have an album coming out. I'm on Spotify. Album comes out June 25th.